against the 2002 World Series. That's the losers bracket. And in the winners bracket, looking in good shape right now. The 1 seed, Super Bowl 36, going up against Super Bowl 34. The 8 versus 9, the 2001 World Series between the Yankees and the Diamondbacks, and the 2011 Stanley Cup Finals between the Boston Bruins and the Vancouver Canucks. The 2011 World Series between the Cardinals and the Rangers, against Super Bowl 43 between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Arizona Cardinals. We have the 5 seed, 12 seed matchup, Super Bowl 42 with the bubblegum on the helmet, Tyree making the catch, against the 2010 NBA Finals, the 7-game series between the Lakers and the Celtics. We have a 2 versus 18 matchup, the 2008 College Basketball National Championship between Kansas and Memphis versus the 2004 Stanley Cup Finals between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Calgary Flames. We have a 7-10 matchup, the 2013 NBA Finals between the Heat and the Spurs that went 7 games versus the Duke Butler Championship game. We'll have the 3 seed 2006 BCS National Championship game between USC and Texas, and the 2009 Stanley Cup Finals between the Chicago Blackhawks and Noah. Refresh memory here. Who did they win the first one against?
The first one, wait, are we talking about the Flyers? The first one was against the Flyers. That was 2010. Are we talking about...
My mistake then. Oh, yeah, that's even earlier. 2009.
Bruins.
Our first one was not against...
No.
Our first one was not in 2010. We had 3 before then, but yeah.
Sorry. 2009 Stanley Cup. That was the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Detroit Red Wings. I guess it wasn't as memorable as I thought it was. The 6th seed, 2003 BCS National Championship between Ohio State and Miami that went to double overtime, and Super Bowl 49 featuring the call that shouldn't have been made, apparently. That's what we have for you next. I know this was NBA draft night. I know this was delayed a bit, but a big thank you to all of our panelists: Chris Gleason, Brendan Albertson, Noah Taborda, Carl Mogline. Keep up with our Twitter account at Infinity Sports N, and like us on Facebook, Infinity Sports Network. That's when we will give you the time for when we will continue this bracket to discover the champion of champions. I just want to give you guys any final statements, Brendan.
I have no additional statements at this time.
All right. I'm sure Carl is so happy with that, by the way. Chris?
All I'm saying is that should have been the Bruins losing to the Blackhawks in 2010. 3-0 series lead. And we were up 3-0 in Game 7, as if losing 3 games in a row wasn't bad enough, and we lost it. That should have been the Bruins losing the first of 2 Stanley Cups to the Blackhawks.
I'm happy to admit that you should have lost that, so that's nice to know.
They would have lost if they played the Blackhawks, there's no doubt. But it should have been them.
Carl, we have jostled and murmured and growled at each other like an unhappy old married couple. But I will still let you have some final words.
No, you have to keep going. You got to make it a really long final thing before he can talk.
Oh, no. Carl?
No, just thanks for having me on.
Thank you for being here, Carl. Wouldn't be the same without you. Noah?
I just hope the Blackhawks can do some damage in the losers bracket. Hopefully Ohio State can do some damage in the winners bracket. By the way, Jake, just so you know, the 2010 Stanley Cup was the one where Patrick Kane scored the really, really tight angle goal where the puck got stuck under the white and nobody had any idea that he scored except for him.
Oh, that was the one against the Flyers. I remember that. The Doc Emmerich. What chaos! Gotta love Doc Emmerich. Blended with Doc Emmerich, I must say. Thank you all for listening in, for staying with us for the long haul. Again, if you want to see the entire bracket for yourself, challenge.com/champion_of_champions. The summer's officially been kicked off for ISN. We'll have a lot more shows for you coming your way. And on our new partner network, National Sports Radio. So don't forget to check them out as well. Thank you all for being part of this. Again, keep posted on social media so we can tell you when we will continue to find the one true champion of champions.